Good morning, beautiful people. Okay, I have just invited Caitlin to our live this morning. I'll just wait for her to jump on, add a few more people. Good morning.
Hi, honeybee. How are you?
Good, darling. How are you?
Good. Good,
That's
good.
good. How's
Sorry
the
for
week?
being in my car right now.
That is okay.
Getting some beautiful sunshine though, which is nice.
It's stunning today.
Going to be a fabulous day.
Woohoo! Spring is in action now, finally.
Yay!
Amazing. All right. There's a few people jumping on, which is beautiful to see. Thanks for joining us. Lovely people. As always, if you have any questions as we are working through today, please feel free to drop it in the comments. But today, Caitlin and I are jumping on to talk about how to show up and visualize yourself as your highest self and
Yes.
how to start to move the needle forwards, because we speak to so many women who just aren't showing up properly. So today we're going to break down, I suppose, some of the things that Caitlin and I have, like our own story, I suppose, and some of the strategies that we implement within our coaching to help women start to move away from the fear and the places where they feel stuck and the triggers in their life, which enables them to start actually showing up and taking control. Because it's all well and good to say, yes, I want to make a change. That can be really scary at times as well. So yeah, we'll talk you through, I suppose, a little bit with regards to our stories and how we help women to start showing up properly.
Yeah. Really step into their own power and show up for themselves. I think that exactly what you just said. There's a big difference between telling yourself that that's what you want and then actually taking those action steps towards that. And most of the time it's not easy. Like that's the whole point, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it. So it's really a matter of making it a priority if that's exactly what you want to do. So do you want me to start with, I guess, my story and where
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
so I guess I was never a big person. I was always the smaller one at high school. And then when I turned probably 19, 20, I started going out. I was drinking a lot. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was pretty lost and unsure about a lot of things. And I don't even think I really knew who I was in particular. So I was just trying to fill a void. And I got really big. I ended up being probably 20 kilos heavier than what I am now. And I was really unhappy. I was in a relationship and it was no longer serving me, and I didn't know how to get out, and I also didn't know who I was without that situation. And it got to the point where I made a decision that I wanted to start a business, and I decided to do my Cert 3 and 4 for that. And then I had to do some work experience in a local gym. And obviously, you know, I was not someone who was prioritizing their own health. I hadn't been in the gym for a very long time. I was the type of person that had tried absolutely everything in order to quick fix my weight loss. Diet pills, literally shakes, challenges, whatever I could think of that might give me some kind of a quick fix. I just wanted the results, but I was not willing to put in the actual work to get them. So I went to do this work experience. I was under a manager who was very abrupt. He was from the military, so he was pretty full on when it came to just saying how he felt and what he thought. And I think I really fucking needed it. He basically turned around and said to me, if you genuinely want to be a PT and help people be the healthiest versions of themselves, you need to help yourself, because no one is going to want to train with the fat PT, basically. no one's going to want to train with you or think that you can get them the results if you can't do it for yourself. And as hard as that was to hear, I really needed to hear it, because I think that I was in a bit of denial. I knew I didn't want to be where I was, but I also was really not taking proper action steps in order to get myself out of that situation. And I do really believe that, you know, I had a lot of limiting beliefs. I was very uncomfortable but comfortable in that situation because I couldn't fail, if that makes sense, if I didn't try. And so, you know, the thought of giving it a good crack and not being able to achieve what I wanted to achieve was more daunting than it was to just sit in my own shit and be sad and unhappy. And yeah, I guess from that moment, I could acknowledge the fact that I was not in the position that I wanted to be in, and that if I really wanted to take myself seriously and, you know, develop this business or go into the health and fitness world, I needed to make myself a priority and actually save myself. And it started with me first. So yeah.
And I love how you just finished that and you realized you had to save yourself, which is exactly my post that I did on Monday. I started it with no one is coming to save you.
Exactly.
He was that PT manager. He was the man that kind of was that kick up the ass. And to this day, he's probably got no idea that he even did that. But that one moment had a profound effect on the trajectory that you then took moving forwards to start to take the action steps. So yeah, I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing all that, babe. So I actually wrote some notes while you were saying that, because I'm such a notes person. But and this is something we'll dig into. I've been analyzing you, not really. I've written things because these are things you said them, and I hear them all the time. And so I wanted to just like pull them out, because it's something that as we work through, you've worked through it, but we can break this down. So one of the things that you said was it was hard to see the out. And I know what that feels like, because you're in your moment, you're living your life, you're not really that happy, you're comfortable. You know that you could be better, but you don't know what that looks like. And that can be really overwhelming and really scary, because you're like, oh, I don't want this, but I don't know what the fuck I want. So that was one thing. And then another thing was you tried everything with your dieting, with the shakes, with the pills, with everything. Like, I hear that all the time too. I have tried everything. This is something Caitlin and I talk about a lot in our coaching. It's like the sparkly turd that's rolled in glitter, sold to you in 10 different programs. It's still the same thing.
And that's the other thing as well. I tried everything that I was willing to put the effort into. So I definitely hadn't tried everything, obviously, because I was still stuck in my situation, but I wasn't willing. And I look back at it now, and you know, you and I hear it all the time as well. And I just think it's insane. It's crazy that I wasn't willing to give myself fucking time and to just tick the boxes day in and day out and be patient. Like, okay, I understand we want results and I get that, but how long has it taken you to get into that situation? Like, it probably took me 2 years to get to that 20 kilo point where I had enough of my own bullshit and thought, fuck, I can't do this anymore. I'm actually miserable. 2 years it took me to get to that point. Why would I expect it's going to take me 8 weeks to get out of it?
Or you could just take a pill, babe.
Like, what? Are you crazy? This is what I mean. It makes no sense to me when people can't even give themselves 6 months. Like, they're not even willing to put 12 weeks into just being consistent and trying something different. It is insane to keep trying to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. It's not going to happen.
No, absolutely not.
I'm going to try. It's not going to happen. If you keep going for that quick fix, which we know doesn't exist, why would you think that somehow this next one's going to be the one?
Yep, absolutely. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And And like, this is where it comes back to, like, you need to know what your identity is, because you'll be stuck, and you were stuck because you said it.
Yeah.
Your identity was, in your words, like the fat girl. Like, you
I was,
didn't know what the other side of that looked like.
no,
And it was more comfortable for you to stay there than to deal with the shit that had actually got you there.
100%. Because I guess,
And
like we talk about, I had put on weight, but what came with that weight was all of those limiting beliefs, was, you know, a lack of self-confidence, a lack of self-worth. These are things that you also need to deal with whilst trying to drop weight. It's not just let's lose some kilos and some body fat. You now need to drop all of those negative thoughts and things that have come with that process in order for us to get to the other side. And that's the fucking hard part. The hard part is not losing weight, right? Like, it's scientific. It's really not difficult if you put your mind to it. Calorie deficit, work on your energy output. Like, we can lose weight. It's pretty simple. But if, like you say with all of your clients, if you have handbrakes where you are telling yourself you're not worthy of doing it, if you are a self-sabotager because you're worried about fear of failure and all the rest of it, you're never going to be able to do it. You have to work on that deeper shit first, all of that negative stuff that comes with putting on weight, and how much we put ourselves down. And, you know, it's horrible, but that's the hard shit you need to work through.
absolutely. And it's funny that you say that, because, like, if I'm thinking of this from a coaching perspective, I used to try and be Mr. Nice Guy, and that didn't help my clients, because I could sit there and I could see where they were in denial. I could see they were playing the victim card. I could see that they weren't willing to get uncomfortable and do the shit that they were required to do to actually remove those handbrakes so that they could step into the next level. While that roadblock is there, you cannot step forwards. And I used to worry, I don't want to offend them.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
How is that helping? So literally now, I'm not an asshole, but I'm just transparent. I will call you out on your bullshit because I want you to be better. And by me being Mr. Nice Guy, it's not going to allow you to get better. Like Caitlin said, the PT manager at the time, she's probably like, fuck you, you're an asshole. But look where she is now, because someone had the honesty to just go, you know what, babes, this is the awful truth. I'm sorry, but you know what? Sometimes you need people in your life to just give you some hard truths.
Like, my family, God bless them, love them so much, but none of them ever said to me, Caitlin, enough is enough. Like, you need to make some changes. Obviously, everyone tiptoes around the person because they don't want you to feel any worse than you already do, right? And I get that, but yeah.
Like, come and live with me for a week, Caitlin. I live with the most brutally honest person in the entire world.
Yeah, Jones needs to be a coach, I feel. But you are now the PT manager for everyone else. And honestly, people fucking need it. People need it. We don't get ourselves into this situation and then get out of it by being mollycoddled and, you know, being told that it's okay and sitting in your own bullshit when you can't get out of it yourself. Sometimes you need that person to say to you, listen, you're not doing yourself any fucking favors. Stop pretending that this is where you need to be, because it's not. You can acknowledge the fact that you're not in the situation that you want to be in, but unless you're willing to start doing the fucking hard things to get yourself out, there's no point even talking about it. I got so sick of my own bullshit. Like, I was on Monday, I'm going to start again. On Monday, I'm going to start having salads all week. Like, I just had no education around anything, and I was just constantly looking for a way out that required as little work as possible, even though I knew that I had gotten to this point through years of just not myself first.
And here's the thing. Naturally, for every single person, our body wants to take the path of least resistance in everything that you do in life. If it's easier to stay in bed and hit snooze, you're probably going to do it. If it's easier to just succumb to the shit that you keep doing every day, you're probably going to do it. It is, and this is where if we think of like, from like a neurological point of view, I use this as an example with my girls. When you jump in the car and you drive to work, you get to work and you go, oh, how did I get here today? Like, you don't really have to think about it. You get in, you drive, you're on, like, it's just autonomous. You just know how to get there. You're singing to Shania Twain. You got the music on. Like, you're thinking about 100 different things, Caitlin. So, like, it's just autonomous. You don't have to think about it. It's the same as lots of the different processes in your life. You get up, you just do them naturally.
Exactly.
If you change jobs, you get in the car and you're like, oh, shit, hang on a minute. I don't have a GPS. Like, where am I going today? I don't know how to get there. You are no longer following that same path, that same autonomous path that's being created in your brain and is dominant. So you need to shift it. You actively have to think, oh, how do I get to work today? I've never taken this route before. I have to map it out, blah, 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 blah. Your brain is exactly the same with everything else that you do. Your body is going to want to do the things it naturally does really easily. That might not be the things that are actually going to help you to show up and to help you to step into the woman that you want to be, the physique that you want to be, the health that you want to be. So for as long as you sit there and you continue to go, I'm sick, I'm injured, I can't do it, I'm scared of this, I don't know how to do that, you're never going to fucking get there because you haven't taken any of the active thought to go, right, okay, how can I change my language? What action steps do I need to take? How do I create that new path to get me there? And it doesn't matter what part of your life we're talking about because it's all the same.
Exactly. 100%. And I think, you know, the more we make excuses for ourselves or we put it off, I know I said 1,000 times, like, oh, I'll go to the gym when I'm a little bit more fit. But that little bit more fit never came, right? So you just have to fucking do it. It's uncomfortable. Putting yourself in uncomfortable situations is where we fucking grow. Like, that's where we make the change.
Yes.
If we constantly just sit in our comfort zone, like, you're going to be there forever. And if you're willing to accept that, that's fine. But then don't fucking complain about it.
Don't play the victim.
Oh, mate, if you're going to complain about something, do something fucking about it because you have the power to do that and you are in control. And I guess for me, like, when it comes to coaching, and I know you're very similar, we've made the mistakes before. This is where I think we have the power to help people because you know, we're in the position to help these women where exactly where we were. And we are now here where you might want to be. And so we've made those mistakes. We've gone through that journey. We understand what it takes to get to this point. And that's where I guess, you know, coaching is so important, to have that support. Have that person who can call you out on your bullshit, but is also going to step into being your biggest hype girl as well, because, you know, that's also so important. And I think there's, I mean, obviously everyone's individual. I'm sure you coach your girls so differently. Some people can handle the hard word. Some people we might need to progressively get there. But that's the best part about coaching when it comes to, you know, taking almost a little bit of responsibility off yourself so that you can just tick the boxes and you can just do what is required. But having someone there that you can stay accountable to, that is going to support you no matter what and is going to call you out on your bullshit when you need it.
And this is the thing, like, my job and Caitlin's job is you come to us. Maybe you, like I said before, it's hard to see the out, it's hard to see the other side. You might not know exactly what that looks like yet. You might not know the action steps that you need to take yet, but Caitlin and I, that's our job. That's the easy bit. We help you map all of that out. But what we need you to do first is to go, I don't really know what it looks like, but I'm just going to fucking jump in anyway and do it. Because if you sit there contemplating it for longer and longer and longer and longer, nothing will change and you're never going to get there. And some of my biggest successes have come from moments where I just went, I have got so much resistance to doing this, but deep down I know how good it's going to be for my soul. So I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm just going to do it. So, like, I won't go, I'll do like a real quick spiel here, but like, I never finished school. I moved to Melbourne from interstate when I was 19, and everyone said to me, you'll be back in 3 months. All my family, no one had any faith in me. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you now. I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
11 years later, I'm still here because I'm stubborn. But that drove me. That would have me been succumbing to what they were saying and going, oh, okay, I'll probably come back.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, like, I'm going to make this work. I didn't know, like, I moved here and I was like, holy shit, I never wanted to move. Never did I want to move to Melbourne. I was homebody. I was like, I do not want to move, but I'm doing it because I know it's going to be good for me. I know it's going to be the best thing I can possibly do right now. I left everything behind and came with a suitcase, and I was like, bye. Same with last year. Like, Caitlin and I found ourselves at in the midst of a lockdown, our whole industry closed, going, oh my God, what are we going to do? Instead of sitting there crying about it, going, oh, woe me, the industry is closed, I can't work. And I get that some people are in a very shit situation, but Caitlin and I both went, you know what? Let's work with a coach. Let's shift our whole business online. Let's invest in us. I always wanted to work online. I just was scared because I didn't know what it looked like or how to get there. I didn't know the steps. I was the same. I was like, oh my God, it's really overwhelming. I don't know what I need to do. I was like, please help me, Jess. And we both worked with a coach.
I think as well, just sorry to butt in, but like both of us had those limiting beliefs at the start as well. Like, am I good enough? Can I do it? Like, is anyone going to fucking come on board? Am I ever going to get clients? Like, of course, there are so many things that were running through our mind as well. So looking at that point B where we wanted to be, yes, we knew that we wanted to be there, but it was a matter of having someone who could help us put those action steps in place and then do the work. Yeah. And it's scary to take a risk in yourself. It's scary to invest in yourself. Yeah. Like, it's scary parting ways with money to go, oh my God, I don't know if I can do it. What if I fail? Yeah. Well, what if you don't? What if you just sit there? Yeah. And you do jack shit for the next 6 months or 12 months or 10 years or 20 years, then you're still not going to be any further ahead. You know, remember when we did that exercise? Oh God, it was one of the emotional kind of ties exercises, and it was talking about if you don't take the steps to get to the point where you want to be, what's going to happen in 1 year? What's going to happen in 5 years? What's going to happen in 10 years? For me, I know that
powerful.
Oh my God, I was in tears. Like,
I do the same thing with my girls.
Yeah, same. I now implement that kind of stuff as well. Like, it's so important to understand that, yes, it's fucking hard to get to where you want to be, but it is so much harder to stay in the same place and to be there 1 year from now, understanding that you could have been that much closer to your goal. Maybe not at your goal yet in 1 year, but you could have been halfway. You could have completely changed the trajectory of your life with just one decision. And that, for us, like saying yes to that coaching, that was our decision to start putting shit in place and actually show the fuck up for ourselves, because we knew that's where we wanted to be. And although it was going to be hard work, that was worth pushing for. Yeah.
And I will also kind of add to that, if you are someone who is stuck in playing the victim and then you pay for a coach, I'm going to tell you right now, paying for a coach is not going to solve your problems if you aren't willing to actually step up and do the work. Oh no, I've lost Caitlin. She's loading. So this is where it's super important to take the risk, to step into it and to go, okay, I'm going to invest and work with a coach. However, you have to be willing to make the change and willing to actually do the work. Oh no, we've lost her. Let me add her in again. What's she doing? She's had enough of us. Okay, hopefully she reconnects and can jump back in. So from here, what I want to talk about is I want to break down for you guys some of the things that I talk to my girls about with respect to if you are feeling stuck, or if you know that there's some resistance, or maybe you're not sure what the next step is. Number one, it's super important to get really clear on who you want to be. So you might not know exactly all of the intricate details of job or whatever. You might know, who knows? With time, you're going to continue to refine this. But step one, get really, really clear on who you need to show up as. Let me just add her back in. She's going to work. So, number one, get clear. Oh, where is she? Hey there.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
What are you doing?
So because I'm in the car, my phone decided to get too hot. So yeah, sorry about that. I just had to cool
Getting
it down.
saucy over there, Caitlin.
I'm sorry, guys. This will not happen again. I'll be in a house next time.
Okay, I was just going through like some of the action steps that I would start with my girls or with anyone, just to help to start to break down and identify what you need to do. So number one, I was saying you need to figure out who do you want to be? Who do you want to start showing up as? Start taking action for that and like write it down. Like a good example would be when I was young, I was really shy. I used to hang off my mum's leg. If she left me anywhere, I would cry. Like when I was little, not talking about when I was like 16.
Last year.
Last year. Again, another reason why there was so much resistance for me to move to Melbourne, because I was such a homebody. But I was like, I don't want to identify as that anymore. I don't want to be the little shy girl. And you, like a good question that I often get asked is, how did you build confidence? How did you just decide to start a business? Well, I didn't just go, I'm going to wait till I'm confident. I changed my language. I went, I need to stop identifying as the shy girl, as the girl who is going to never put her hand up in a class of people who, when they, you get asked a question, I can't keep showing up as her. And it was really awkward and really uncomfortable personally for me to be like, I'm going to be the girl that puts my hand up first to talk. And I'm going to be the girl that is confident enough to just go and do it and be assertive and not worry about what other people think, not worry about stepping on someone's toes, not be an asshole about it, but like, I need to put me first. 100%. And I just had to start showing up as her. And it felt so weird. It was so awkward and so uncomfortable. But I knew that if I didn't just do that, I was never going to do the things I wanted to do. No. Now I can happily, like 12 months ago, 18 months ago, I would not have sat here and done an IG live. Now I couldn't care less.
No way. Are you kidding me? Like, can I just say, and this probably doesn't mean too much, but like even just putting my Instagram on public was a huge thing for me back in the day. Like, yes. Point now where I'll show up on Instagram and I'll dance and I don't give a fuck. Like, if you don't like my dry scoop videos, please do not watch.
And that's the thing, like at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable enough in who you are showing up as, who you want to become, to not care about what other people think.
That is 100% it. Being comfortable enough with your own opinions, beliefs, and where you actually want to be. You have to truly believe in that shit. Otherwise, you are going to be easily persuaded. Someone can definitely talk down to you. Like there's so much room for someone else to, I guess, influence you when it comes to how you feel about certain things if you're not comfortable and confident in your own opinions and beliefs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. And this
like you said, like writing that shit down, I know it's all well and good for us to be like, who do you want to be? And you can be like, I want to be a healthier version of myself. But what the fuck does she do every day? Like, how does she show up for herself? What does she do in the morning? What's her morning routine? Like, go into it, deep dive into that shit. Because if you are not super clear on that, you will never, ever be able to move forward into that person because you don't know.
And you need to be clear, but you also need to get really excited about it. When you write this shit down, you should have a full page and you look at that page and you should feel amped. You should be like, I'm so excited about the possibilities. I'm actually excited about what I can achieve now. And you need to believe that you can achieve. You might not know the steps yet, and
Yes.
that's okay, but you need to be excited about it. You need to believe you can do it, because Caitlin and I can help to instill belief in you and help you to map it out and show you the steps required to get there. Absolutely. But you have to believe it. You have to believe, yes, you can get there. This is where you change your language. You start re-identifying. You need to just step into that discomfort and go, I'm going to start going to the gym even though it's scary. I'm going to start showing up as a confident, more assertive professional businesswoman, or whatever it looks like. Because by not doing it, like Caitlin said, if you wrote out a list of where it's not getting you, it's scary.
And for me, confidence always starts with action, and you can't, unless you start doing something, you're never going to actually get there, which we totally understand. But you have to just do it, because that's what that person would do. Like, start dressing the way you think that the person you want to show up as would dress. Like, start taking, it's almost like a fake it till you make it situation, which
100%.
I live by it. Do you think I was confident to start with? Absolutely fucking not. My first Instagram story, I was like, I didn't want to be there. I was so uncomfortable. But each and every day, you get more and more confident as you show up for yourself, and that's the only way to do it. Take the fucking action. Just do it. Like, that's all you can do. Stop talking about it. Stop sitting in your own bullshit and just fucking do it.
Yeah, definitely. I said this to one of my girls last night. She's really nervous about going back into the gym. She's had an injury, And I said to her, babe, when I became a PT, I'd actually never trained in a gym before. I went, did all my certs. I'm an ex-dancer, so very active, always move my body, always exercise, but not weights. I'd never done weights. I went and became a PT and then got a job in a gym, and I was like, oh, what do I do now? So I was trying to teach people, but I had to figure it out. No one was going to come and save me. I had to actually take the steps and go, right, I'm just going to do this. I don't care if I look stupid, because I've got to learn.
And that's the thing. If it fucking means something to you, you'll make it happen. If it doesn't mean enough for you, you will sit in your excuses and you will continue to say it's too hard, I'm not good enough, all the rest of it. If it genuinely means something to you and you really want to do it, you'll fucking make it happen.
Yeah. So Shari has just commented, and she's written, this scares me, just like thinking about showing up. I get that. But you know what? Being scared is a good thing as well, because it means you care.
Yes. It means that you're excited about something. It means that, something's actually getting you going. Like, it's geeing you up with the fact that you could actually potentially be that person, and you fucking can.
Do you know what scares me? Do you know what scares me more? Is doing nothing and being stuck somewhere that you don't want to be. That's 100%. Probably more scary.
Yeah, for sure. Like, for me now, I think because we have taken those action steps and we've been able to prove to ourselves that we can do it, for me to sit in that fear is scarier than just doing the damn thing and just trying. Yeah. Because if I don't try, I will never fucking know. And it's all well and good for me to be scared to fail, but I'd rather try and fail than not try at all and just be miserable and continue to sit in my own shit.
Yep. And here's the thing as well. I will point out, you may have accepted exactly where you are at right now and you're comfortable, and it's not that you're not happy. You could still be comfortable and be like, oh yeah, I'm cruising along, life is okay.
Yeah.
But do you want life to be okay, or do you want life to be fucking incredible?
Epic.
Because if you want it to be extraordinary, you have to make the extraordinary. If you look at people and you're like, oh, I wish I had that, maybe you're envious of something, maybe it's a skill, maybe it's a personal attribute, maybe it's a physical thing that they have. Like, whatever inspires you, whatever motivates you, that is good. That's great. Excellent. Good. But if you want that, you can have that. You just have to take the action steps.
Anything that you want, if you go for it, but you have to go for it. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, I always knew, and I'm sure you did too, I knew that I was meant for more than what I was allowing myself to achieve. I
Mm-hmm,
knew that
mm-hmm.
I was meant to do bigger things. Like, I knew that I could help people. I knew that I could be a source of, I always wanted to be the coach that I needed. I knew I could
Yep.
be that person, but without me taking the action steps and stepping into my own power, I was just going to be a PT that serviced 5-6 people a week, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
for me, I told myself health and fitness is not a career. It's not something I can make money out of. It's not something that I can do long term. And so I stayed in my 9-to-5 corporate job because that's what I should do. I fucking hated my life. Like,
block the noise around you. There's one of my girlfriends actually posted something about this, maybe it was like a couple of months ago. When you go and do your PT certs, which is not hard, by the way, they tell you that this is a great part-time job and you should still keep your full-time job, basically.
it's
okay,
ridiculous.
well, who are you to fucking tell me what to do? How's fuck
Right.
off sound? And how's about I'm about to make my own career and do what I want to do? You can do whatever you want to do.
Whatever
Don't
you
listen
wanna
to
do.
the haters.
And
Don't listen to the haters.
if you see other people doing what you want to do, that means that there is market for it. There is opportunity,
Yes.
and you can fucking absolutely do it if you want to do it. But
Yes.
you need to step into your power, and you have to show the fuck up for yourself, because
Yeah.
if you continue to tell yourself that you don't deserve that, then you'll never have it.
I say this to my girls all the time: delete, block, unfollow. Delete, block, unfollow. If the person you live with is an asshole, delete, block, unfollow. Move house.
Yeah.
Sack them.
Nah.
I don't care if it's your family. Sack them.
Also, like, if your friends are not supportive, if your friends are going to fucking try and put you down for doing something that you want to do, they're not your friends.
That's them, though. That's their own bullshit.
Course.
When people do that,
but they need to go.
That's people pushing their own insecurities, their own triggers, their own bullshit and limiting beliefs onto you. So when people do that, babes, do not listen. Get yourself a better hype girl. Message Caitlin
and also sit in your fucking power of believing in yourself as well. Like, understand you've made that choice for a reason, and it doesn't matter what that fucking person says. They are not the person that has to go home every day and deal with the consequences of choosing differently. So if you make a decision because it is the best decision for you, then carry on, my friend, and tell them to fucking jog on.
Jog on.
Bye.
Good. Okay, so action steps. Number 1, let's just give people some takeaways. Identify who you want to be. Write that shit down, sister. And when you finish writing, you should look at that page and you should be excited. If you're not excited, well, write it again. Do it again until you get excited.
Yeah.
Believe in it. And write down the little things. All those little details, they matter. Like, what do you want to wear? Do you want to have a fancy handbag? Cool. Do you want to buy a dog? Like, I don't care. Whatever it looks like, write it down. Because otherwise, if you don't know, you're never going to get there.
Yeah.
Number 2, breathe. Don't get overwhelmed by the end picture. And then invest and reinvest. Education is paramount, and having someone to hold you accountable is so helpful. Find someone you resonate with. It might be Caitlin and I, it might not be. That's okay. But find someone who is aligned with your values, your morals, and the direction of your growth. You need to feel aligned with the people you surround yourself with. It's why I still have a mentor. I align myself with people in the industry that I want to be like, because by aligning myself with them, I'm going to be better.
Yeah. It goes back to, the 5 people that you hang around with the most. Like, if they are people that don't really give a fuck about things, then you're also probably going to become the 6th person that doesn't give a fuck about anything. So be around people that challenge you and empower you and support you and make you want to be a better fucking version of yourself.
It's so true. It's so powerful. I could not even, and I'm not going to bore everyone, but I could not even begin to explain in the last 2 years what my life has done.
That is an IG live for itself.
That's a solo edition. There is not one thing in my life the same as 2 years ago. Not one at all. And I just, it's everything. Everything is different, and it was very scary. Very scary, but I am 1,000 times happier.
Made to better yourself and your life because you knew you needed different.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It might feel selfish at the time, But girlfriend, you're here once.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be selfish.
You have to have your own back. Like, you have to.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
find people that will have your back with you, that
Yeah.
build you up, that support you,
Yes.
that message you in the morning and are like, whoa, how's your day going? Like, party.
Yes, girl.
Caitlin and I every freaking day.
Yeah, 100%.
Find that.
Yeah.
There are people out there.
So many
Align
people,
yourself.
and we will be those people if you need that. You want a fucking message in the morning? I will send you one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Okay. Anything else you want to add in, babe, or will we wrap it up?
I think we'll wrap it up. I think that, like,
just
the biggest thing is finding that support, and also, you know, really defining for yourself where you want to fucking go. What do you want to do? And then breaking that down and having someone who can also help you to see how to get to that end goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
You need that accountability. Everyone needs accountability. And it's okay to ask for help. And I'm going to say this for anyone in the industry who is watching as well.
Yeah.
All good coaches still need coaches.
100%.
Just because you invest in a coach, I put my hand up and say I love investing in coaches, because if it's going to better me as a coach, as a human, as an individual, as a partner, as whatever that looks like, then go and do it. Like, I did a bunch of NLP work last year, and it was the best thing I could have done in the entire world. All mindset.
Don't be scared to invest in yourself, because you actually fucking are worth it and you deserve that. And if you invest in yourself, then other people want to invest in you. So,
yes,
you know, there's no losing here. It's a win-win situation. And
the other thing, fix your money fears. This is all what it comes back to too. If you're scared to invest, why are you scared of money? There's a reason. Look at that. It's scary, but look at it.
There's deep shit going on here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking Miss Sneaker Queen over here.
What? No, I do not.
What are you talking about?
Concierge. Well, I love you. Happy Wednesday.
Love you guys.
Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. If you have any questions or you need a hype girl, message us. As always, we're here for you guys.
That's it. Bye, babe.
Alrighty, guys. See ya. Enjoy your day.
Bye.